So what is the NSHSS Ambassador Program? Well, let's talk about it. So in today's video, we're going to be going over every single detail about the Ambassador Program from A to Z 101. But to begin, let's first start with your question, what is the Ambassador Program? So let me tell you. Launched in 2009, the NSHSS Ambassador Program is a leadership initiative that empowers high school students to represent the National Society of High School Scholars, engage with peers, promote NSHSS opportunities, and support the community through outreach, mentorship, and positive leadership activities. And who are the NSHSS Ambassadors? NSHSS Ambassadors are student leaders who show strong academic and a commitment to service. They encourage peers to get involved by organizing service projects and events. Ambassadors also help communicate with current and future members through social media and their school network. The ambassadors are a branch in the leadership programs in NSHSS. The other leadership programs are the Collegiate Council and the Fellows. But we won't get too deep into those two now. Let's save some information for another video. First, we will talk about the application process for the Ambassador Program. For those of you who don't know what it is or how it works. So first off, in order to be eligible to join, you need to be an NSHSS member. You need to be a sophomore, junior, or in your senior year in high school. So, the ambassador applications are open twice per year. In fall, the applications open on August 15th, but the applications closed again on October 1st. And on spring, the applications open in February 18th, and the applications. So there are several questions in the application. Those questions are: how do you hope to learn, lead, and change as an ambassador? Please share an example of a situation that highlights that you possess qualifying you to be an NSHSS ambassador. And as a member of our ambassador group, what issues within your school or community hold significance for you, and how do you envision incorporating these topics into your responsibilities as an NSHSS ambassadors? And the last question is, please list any extracurricular activities. These are the main questions. NSHSS is looking for passionate and driven students to join the Ambassador Program, and your application needs to reflect that. So it's important to keep this in mind when you are filling out the application. Make sure you are clear and make sure you answer the questions directly and you put your best writing out there. NSHSS typically receives 500 to 700 applications a year, but usually accepts 250 to 350 students per cycle. In the last application, they accepted 391 students, and as of currently, we have around 1,148 active ambassadors in the program, but it has definitely extended past this slightly. Now, we will talk about getting accepted. Congratulations, friend, you just got accepted into the Ambassador Program. Hooray, you got some cool swag to show up and something to put on a college resume. So buckle up because you are in for quite a sweet ride. Getting accepted means you get the Ambassador Package, a super fancy, cool certificate with your name on it, a cool t-shirt, a personal letter of congratulations from Mr. Lewis, founder of NSHSS, and a press release, which I have right here and I can totally show you. Obviously, I am wearing the t-shirt. This is my personal certificate that I received from the Ambassador Program. This is my press release that I also received, and on the back there are instructions to how to get this published. I also received that personal letter from Mr. James Lewis right here. And that is what I received in my ambassador program, closed up in this nice little envelope. So, In your email, you get an invitation to join the Ambassador Slack. You read the agreements and the rules and you move on. You enter into the workspace and you are absolutely confused. So many channels, different jobs. Who are these people? What do I do? Hang on. I got you. Don't worry. The thing that will catch your eye the most is the channels. The main ones you will see is Ambassador Leadership Program, for all things related to NSHSS Ambassadors, for casual conversations and fun chatter. The volunteers to share your community service activities or any approved fundraisers. Ask a Senior channel for questions about the NSHSS Ambassador Program, NSHSS in general, and anything related to high school life. And the General channel, of course, for anything that doesn't fit into the other channels. In the Ambassador Program, everything is organized to the T, which I really appreciate because it shows how they care and that they are giving their best. Have you ever walked through a door and became overwhelmed by how unorganized the place seemed or how unprofessional it is? Well, I can reassure you that the Ambassador Program is not this. You can feel at ease and safe knowing that you will receive what you were promised when you fill out the application. And I'm saying this genuinely as someone who was let down many times over and over again. I am not exaggerating or lying. I mean when I say that the Ambassador Program is very organized and they do genuinely care about you as an individual. So anyways, the Slack channel. It's the first thing you will be introduced to when entering. You're going to look around the Slack channel. You will introduce yourself, basically. It's important to use the channels appropriately. It's just Slack etiquette to follow the guidelines. And if you don't follow those guidelines, your post may be deleted and you will get asked to move your post to the correct channel. So make sure that if you're going to post something, to put it in the right channel. By the way, all of this information I'm about to tell you is from the Slack usage guidelines. Very important. You need to read it. I'm just going to summarize the information on it, but you should still read it even after the video. So now let's keep going. Another very important rule is to check your Slack regularly. This rule is set to make sure we have active members in the Ambassador Program. Any member that is inactive for 2 weeks without letting the Ambassador advocate, who we will speak about in another episode, or other NSHSS staff will be kicked out of Slack and possibly the Ambassador Program. So I recommend checking every day. When I check my text messages or emails, I also check my Slack page. I recommend setting notifications so you never miss any beat. But do not rely on notifications alone because they are not always reliable. Make sure you are checking Slack regularly. This is such an important rule. Next is your profile. Your profile needs to have a clear photo of yourself. You need to use your full name as registered with NSHSS. In the title/status section, if you have a nickname or a different name you prefer to go by, you can add it there. Make sure you include something in your title or status because it's a requirement. And I'm not just saying your nickname or your preferred name. It is a requirement to specific things like your graduation year, that is required. Your state is optional but encouraged. If you're on the Ambassador Council, if you have a role in the Ambassador Council, you need to include that as well. We will go over the Ambassador Council in another episode, so hang in there. And your support team. And we will go over the support teams, the Ambassador Council, all of that later, so don't worry. So you need to include your graduation year. If you're the Ambassador Council and you have a role, you need to put that in. You need to put what support team you're on and anything else you'd like to share. And also your state is optional, but definitely recommended. So your profile should look something like this. You see I have my name, my job, my state, description, things I want to add. I have it all on there. So and also the year that, and I also have the year that I graduate. So make sure you include all that information so people know who you are. And if you just graduated from high school, you need to write Collegiate Council member or Collegiate Council app pending in your title/status to avoid being removed from Slack. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Collegiate Council in another video, so don't worry. Next, we have a rule called leaving after graduation. So the Ambassador Leadership Program is designed with high school students in mind. You have to leave the Ambassador Program once you graduate unless you apply to join the Collegiate Council and are still waiting to hear back. You've joined the Collegiate Council, or you received special permission from NSHSS staff. Our next rule is fundraisers. Fundraisers are not allowed because the ambassador community contains minors, and fundraisers collect personal financial information and request money. And the safest option was just to take out fundraisers altogether. They used to be allowed, but after further reevaluation, it was decided to take it out altogether, which makes sense when you think about it. Our next rule is you are not allowed to pin or unpin a post. If something is unpinned that should be pinned, let a moderator or a staff know. And this is in the main channel, so the Ambassador Leadership Program channel. Next, we have respect privacy. Only contact others through email or phone if they share that information or given permission. If an ambassador lists their email or phone number in Slack, it's okay to reach out. Always be respectful and thoughtful about what personal information you share on Slack. There's a section in the Slack usage guide called Community Values. I love the name of this section, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. So there are several rules in this section, and a big one is no bullying. Be kind and respectful to everyone. NSHSS has a zero tolerance policy for bullying. If you're experiencing an issue with another member, report it privately to an NSHSS staff member, the ambassador advocate, or a member of the Slack engagement team. Our reports are documented and reviewed by NSHSS staff. Use respectful language at all times. Offensive or inappropriate comments are not allowed. Be supportive of one another. This is an important rule. Now, let me tell you, they do not tolerate anything. They take things very seriously in the Ambassador Program. Very seriously. That no tolerance policy is real. Depending on how bad it is, it can result to months suspension from the Ambassador Slack or being kicked out of the Ambassador Program. Like, it's that serious. For posting something inappropriate or bullying someone. So they take it very seriously. So make sure you follow the rules. And you can also feel safe knowing that NSHSS has got your back. And they won't let anyone bully you. They won't let anyone disrespect you. And if you're dealing with this, then make sure you report it and they will deal with it. You are in great hands here. Slack rules are enforced by the following in order: NSHSS staff, Ambassador Council members, but the Ambassador Advocate is the main enforcement authority. Slack Engagement Team Lead, Slack Engagement Team Members. And there is a section here called Final Notes. What it's saying in another word is that rules are reviewed on a case-by-case basis, but kindness and inclusivity are always required. Violations may result in removal from Slack, the Ambassador Program, or NSHSS membership, depending on the severity. So you can even get kicked out of NSHSS, depending how bad it is. It's that big. Zero tolerance, no joke. I hope now you feel like you understand the Ambassador Slack page a little bit better. If so, I am glad. Now I want to talk to you about another thing, which is the NSHSS Student Leadership Code of Conduct. The NSHSS Student Leadership Code of Conduct is a set of guidelines that ensure all members act with respect, kindness, and integrity, fostering a supportive and inclusive community while representing the society positively in all interactions. It encourages professionalism, understanding, helpfulness, and positivity in both leadership roles and everyday engagement. This section explains that being part of an NSHSS leadership program means representing the organization through your behavior, communication, and attitude. Members are expected to interact respectfully with one another, especially in a diverse community where people may have different backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences. It emphasizes being mindful of how messages may be interpreted and making an effort to understand others' views. It also highlights that leaders should be supportive and solution-oriented by helping others when questions arise, acknowledging that no one has all the answers and pointing members to appropriate resources when needed. Finally, it encourages members to bring their creativity, positivity, and personality, helping make NSHSS an engaging, welcoming, and enjoyable community. It's important as an ambassador to follow the code of conduct. Breaking it may result in consequences as seriously as getting kicked out of NSHSS. And this was episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye, guys.